I think the government are being very careful about that. They've halved the rate of inflation as the Prime Minister predicted they would do. That's not enough. They've got to get it down to 2%. Because let's remember, inflation itself is a taxation effectively because it gives you less money to spend. What we need to do is to get growth in the economy, is to get people spending again. And one of the ways the minimum wage will help that, and by increasing it by £1 will allow more disposable income to be spent, because we know that everyone out there is feeling the pinch. You know, the economy is struggling and people have not got the money to spend. So I think it's welcome, but I do think it has to be minimal, because otherwise you do start inflation rolling again.
Now, I know that there's a lot of interest in the city to rebuild certain bridges with the EU. What sort of expectations do you have that that will actually happen?
Well, I think it's going to be a slow burn. The bottom line is that trust has been broken between the EU and the UK. But now that we have the Windsor Framework and we have the Memorandum of Understanding on Financial Services, I was out in Brussels just a couple of weeks ago talking to the European Commission, and there is much more of a willingness to talk again. And it's really important, both for the UK economy and the EU as well, that we do collaborate, particularly on regulatory matters, financial regulation, particularly on things like AI and green finance. So it's going to take time. The trust has been broken, but you know, this has been a long, painful divorce between the United Kingdom and the EU. But I think we now have to grow up and actually start to work together once again, and I think we can do that.
I just want to look at the upcoming election here in the UK. We have witnessed Labour getting a lot closer to the business community. From a city perspective, though, are you comfortable if Labour actually wins the next election?
Well, given what they've been saying and what Keir Starmer was saying yesterday about the importance of the city, providing they deliver on what they're saying, yes, I am very comfortable indeed. I mean, we in the City Corporation are non-party political. We work with politicians across the board and whichever government that we get given. But I think Labour has changed dramatically since the last general election. They now are a pro-business party, and for us in the city, that is of fundamental importance. We need a government that actually understands that driving business growth will actually drive tax receipts, which in turn will drive spending on public services. So yes, all the messages that we're getting from Rachel Reeves and my meetings with them and with Keir Starmer are very positive towards the business city, and I think this would be a government that wouldn't frighten the horses as far as businesses are concerned in the city.